Hello, welcome to 90 Plus Tactics with Saint Gyampoh. Yeah. I'm happy to come into your homes once again. Yeah, join me as we go into a tactical breakdown of what happened in the Champions League midweek games. In the Champions League between Barcelona and then Inter Milan. Also, UEFA released the UEFA Team of the Week. We are going to go through and find the probable players. If there's a player you think should be, you can leave it in the comment for us. We all think about it and find out the possible and the best players for the week. Also, Manchester United played against Bilbao at the Summer May, and they won by 3-0. We'll go to a tactical breakdown of it, and then find out how well United played and what could transpire at Old Trafford next week Thursday. Join me as we go through it. We'll be back. Yeah, welcome to 90 Plus Course Update. As I said, UEFA dropped the Team of the Week, as you can see on the screen. We have some interesting players who played very well in the week. I would like to go through them with you. Join me as we go through them. I have quite a number of players I thought should have been there. When you check the list, yes, it's a fair list. I'll give UEFA a 7 out of 10. I think they did a good job, but some players I thought should have replaced others in that one. So going through it, in the post, among the 22 players that played for the Arsenal game, those who were on the pitch and the subs who came on, and also in the Barcelona game against Inter Milan, second handlers of UEFA said Donnarumma had the best performance, which I agree with them because I thought Donnarumma was good. He made 5 saves in the game against Arsenal. Denzel Dumfries, Denzel Dumfries played as a right back for them. At left back was Lewis Miles Kelly. This guy, I gave him a shout out in the other game. He was very good. In the centre back pairing, it was Marquinhos of Paris Saint-Germain, the Paris Saint-Germain captain. And then Acerbi played at left centre back. The 37-year-old Acerbi. This man, we knew him. There wasn't a good to go, but he's playing very well. I mean, the man they force. In midfield, a 3-man midfield of Vitinha, who stays at the lone 6, doing the playmaking. And then a double 8 of Pedri. Pedri was very good. He had 8.0 rating by SofaScore. And then Nicolo Barella was also good. The front 3 of Rafinha played very well. Lamine Yamal, and the lone forward of Ousmane Dembele. So we'll go through it, check their stats and the merits to them, and compare them to the other players we think should have been there. So in goal post, when you check Barcelona's goalkeeper, which was Szczesny, PSG's goalkeeper, who was Donnarumma, and then Arsenal's goalkeeper, David Raya, and then Jan Sommer of Inter Milan. When you check, I think Donnarumma did a better job than the other goalkeepers because he made 5 crucial saves. If you remember in the game, the game against Arsenal, you realize that there was 1v1 situation between Donnarumma and Martinelli where he was very good. You see, Donnarumma is a very tall goalkeeper. So by science, we know that very tall people have high center of gravity. Therefore, going down is very difficult for them. Into far goalkeeper, it is a Donnarumma. He's very tall. It is a Okofoma. You go make difficult for him. So when he went down, immediately Trossard hit the shot. Martinelli hit the shot. I was surprised by this one, and I think he has improved over time. As the season began, he had issues with the way he saves his ball. Even against Liverpool, when Elliott put the ball past him, he couldn't get down too fast. But from Villa and then this game against Arsenal, you realize that he has improved very well with this one. Also, his ball playing ability is not top notch that much. So I think he was good. In fact, I'll give him as my goalkeeper of the week. He played very well. When you check his stats, you realize that he had 45 touches in the game. All those 45 touches, he won 1 over 1 of his ground duels. He made 5 crucial saves, very big saves from inside the box, and prevented 1.32 goals. That means, per the chances he even saved, he was supposed to prevent only 1. And the very big one from Martinelli, which he prevented. He did very well. I think Donnarumma needs a thumbs up. When we go to the other players, Denzel Dumfries, he was very, very good. The guy was very good. He scored 2 goals, gave an assist. If you realize, Inter Milan scored in the very first minute of the game. The goal by Marcus Thuram where he gave a certain back heel. It was a very nice goal, assisted by Denzel Dumfries. He was very good. One thing that from Dumfries' goal was his aerial ability. When Inter crossed the ball or played the ball into the box from those out swingers from their corners, you realize that he gets to the ball very early and then he turned into goals. When you check his stats, he had 37 touches. He won all his aerial duels. So you cannot question his ability in the air. He's a very good player when it comes to aerial duels. He won all those aerial duels and he won 4 out of his 7 ground duels. So I think Denzel Dumfries was good. His runs, because he's a wing back for Inter Milan, he goes up and down and he burns a lot of energy. I think for such a player, he needs a thumbs up. This Dutch player has been very good. At left back was Luis Maskeli. In the previous video where I mentioned that Luis Maskeli's run from left back into midfield help us now. So Arteta adding Luis Maskeli to him to form a double pivot in midfield was good. And he does that very well. He goes into midfield. When the team loses the ball, he retreats back into his left back position and he does that very well. When you check his stats, he was very good. I think Luis Maskeli had 39 touches. He played 32 passes. All these 32 passes were successful passes. And he gave one very key pass in the game. So I think Luis Maskeli was good. And his aerial duels, he wins his ground duels and aerial duels very well. Even though he's short, he tries them. And I'll give him a thumbs up for Luis Maskeli. In the centre-back pairing where Marquinhos partnered Acerbi, these two players were very good. He was good. He played very well in the game. He had quite a number of touches, like 64 touches. His passing was good. His aerial ability helped PSG a little bit. Because when you check the back line, he and Pacho, his defensive area ability is not top notch, but attacking wise, he helps PSG. And I think he shows the back line because he's a leader. He's played there for a very long time. He's played with the likes of Thiago Silva when Thiago Silva was at PSG. So he's learned some leadership. And when you check the team, the kind of respect on the pitch the players give to him, the commands and instruction he gives out, and the players play very well. Acerbi, he's a 37-year-old man. And this is what they make at the field this man. Though he chopped 37 years, so he tired. How many players play at 37 very well? And that's one thing I'll give to Simeone Inzaghi, because 37-year-old man was bullying Ferran Torres. And I loved him so much in the game. His passing was good. As for his area ability there, I saw it against Manchester City in the league phase when they played the first game of the season. He was on Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland didn't even get onto one of those chances created by Kevin De Bruyne. And Acerbi was good in this game. When you check the midfield three of Barella, Vitinha and Pedri, these are ballers. These players, they be ballers, so they know the ball play. Well, when Pedri picks up the ball, there's one thing, he moves his body in a particular way, he picks the pass, he dribbles. Charlie, they know the ball play. When you check Vitinha to Charlie, when he picks the ball, his body orientation, before he receives the pass, he moves his body in a particular way, which allows him to look for the necessary pass. He can go very direct, he can go sideways, he dictates the tempo of the game for PSG, and I think he was good for PSG. Nicolo Barella. Now, I think this guy defines the modern day number 8. The box to box, the dynamic box to box. A player who is, when the team is attacking, will be in front. When the team is defending, he comes to give proper defensive cover. And I think Barella was also good. The front three of Rafinha, Dembele, and Yamal. I think Rafinha he had a good game. I would give him a 6.5 over 10. Lamine Yamal was good. Hey, this boy, Lamine Yamal. Oh my goodness. Football is in safe hands. I'll always say this. Because when you check this guy, when he picks up the ball, Charlie, the skill more than the thing he go do. Hey, Lamine Yamal only ball. Charlie, let's give Lamine Yamal a thumbs up. And Dembele, the Barca fans, I know say you go pay you. And you go talk him. Dembele has been good for PSG. Dembele 2 balls more. The goal is scoring nice. Mami Dembele, Enoch, give me Dembele. Yeah, Dembele, this guy, he says, Charlie, come on, with 2 more. You know the ball play well. You see, he's very unpredictable. When he picks up the ball, he puts the ball in between the legs. And one thing that I think Enrique has done well for Dembele is that to be able to convince Dembele and tell him that I want to play you as a false 9. When the team has the ball, you are building up, move into the midfield, pick up the ball. When you see, there's one thing teams wouldn't want PSG to do, that when Dembele picks up the ball and he's facing you, you wouldn't want that, because he's very unpredictable. He can pick a pass, he can score, he can shoot from range, and I think Dembele was good. In all, the players were good. Let's go back to the team of the week. I think So let's mention the players and their performance once again. But before that, I'll do a comparison. I think Kivica Kvaratskhelia played better in the week than Rafinha. To be honest, to me, I would give Kivica Kvaratskhelia a 7/10 and give Rafinha a 6.5. Though Rafinha was good, he hit the crossbar one. He had quite a number of touches in the game. He created some chances, but I think Kivica Kvaratskhelia was better than Rafinha. I think what UEFA did was good. 8/10, 8 or 9/10 for UEFA. So the team of the week once again: Gianluigi Donnarumma in post. At right back was Denzel Dumfries. At left back, Luis Maskelli played at left back. A centre back pairing of Acerbi and Marquinhos. In a midfield three of Pedri, Vitinha, and Nicolo Barella. A front three of ballers. This front three, and boy, if you get this front three for your team, Charlie, it'll be hard. A front three of Rafinha, Ousmane Dembele, and Lamine Yamal. This was our UCL Team of the Week breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Watch out for our next episode. This is 90 Plus Scores Update with Saint Gyampoh. Adios.